Hello, BookTube, and we're back for another edition of Friday Live with Mark.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
The everyone is zero here so far, but then all of a sudden, it just all of a sudden pops up. The people pop up at times, so you never know. Yeah, three. All of a sudden, boom, three. And they were there probably all the time, but it's so slow for it to come through.
I almost never get it when I'm waiting. I almost never get the show start. I have to refresh it and then it starts.
Yeah.
So I always miss the very first introduction. Oh yeah, we are live. I've got the notification, of course.
Now we got
telling us
two.
that.
Now we got two. Yeah, I got the email notification saying I'm live on my channel.
Nice to be reminded of that.
Yeah. So if I ever get an email when I'm not doing a live, then I know somebody's hacked into my channel.
Yeah, that's true. You just got to remember you're the host today.
Yeah.
I've been the host for the last few times, so I just keep, but the habit is hard. I keep wanting to what's the word? Direct it.
Yeah, well, still it's clear that they've screwed up StreamYard for tablets and everything, because it's hard to do the comments now. And then it's got a big huge thing here saying share your referral link. So if I click on that, it all of a sudden pops up into the comments. Like, watch this. Oh, it's actually done twice or something.
Oh yeah.
The comments.
Yeah.
And that automatically gets populated. Nope. Oh, crikey. I don't know if I'm still here or not.
Yeah, you are. You're frozen, the picture, but the sound is okay.
Yeah, it's just not sure. There I am. Because I tried to click on it to get rid of it, but I can't. It just takes me to a link. So, and then when I create a stream, or I mean a schedule something, that link comes up in the description automatically of anything I put in there. So I have to delete it.
And is that $10 off a month or $10 off a year?
Probably $10 off a year, and what is it? It's like $89 a month or something like that.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, it's gonna make a
for the unlimited one.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous amount. How do I get rid of it?
No idea. I think when you set it up, there's a box you can tick, but
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It just drives me nuts because the comments anyway. That'll probably stay on top. Probably all the comments, so I probably won't see any comments. But have you been reading anything this week?
Yeah, I have actually. I've finished a book and I've started a couple of others. So I finished a book called, and I can't remember the title exactly. It's either William Bligh or Captain Bligh, Bligh's Portable Nightmare, and it's all about the what took place in the launch when Bligh and the others made their way to Indonesia from Tahiti, which I think is something like 4,200 miles in a little boat that's like 27 feet long, and there was like 18 of them.
So Bligh didn't tell the truth in his own account?
Well, I mean, it depends, right? I mean, why are you going to believe Fryer necessarily over Bligh? So, you know.
Joseph's here. Hello, Joseph.
Either my eyes have just gone, or am I blurry?
You are a bit blurry, yeah.
That's weird. Oh, there we go. So that was actually good. I wasn't sure at times if it was a nonfiction or if it was a novel, just because of the way it was written. But it was supposed to be nonfiction. But it was really good. It's a very short book, only 200 pages. I know about the story. Of course, I read books on the bounty. I just hadn't read this particular one. So I finished that this week, and then I've started Reliquy by Preston and Child, which is the second book in the Pendergast series, and I'm enjoying that. It's brutal and violent as the others were that I've that I've read so far. And I have also started reading. I think you've read it, Wide Wide Sea by Hampton Sides, The Last Voyage of Captain Cook.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
is good.
So
Really
I'm
good.
reading that. And I've also started one I actually have a physical copy of. I've started Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. So, and actually, it's quite good so far. Quite enjoying it. It's quite humorous, which surprised me. So, yeah, pretty nice. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that is it for now, probably.
I've got a couple comments here. Helen Claire. Hi, Sean. Hi, Mark. I'm newish subscriber. To Sean, I'll subscribe to you, Mark, after the live. I feel like I know you both after watching the epic sorting video you watched
That's
last
kind
week.
of you, Helen. Thank you.
And any relation to John Clare in your background? Same spelling. Who knows? You never know. And it looks like Gavin's here. Hello.
Hey, Gavin.
Yeah, I haven't read a whole lot this week. I'm still struggling with staying awake length of time, but I did read the first part. Well, for some reason in the UK, this for the Heinlein, my Heinlein group, reading Assignment in Eternity, and it's 2 novellas and 2 short stories, and they split it up into 2 books. So I read the first one so far. Not the greatest. Some point or parts that sort of flared a little bit, but mostly not. And then for the Simac one, I'm reading Time and Again. And
oh yeah,
I'm reading the serialized version as well, but I'm reading it as an ebook because I can't find my physical copies, so it's taken a long time. So I finished the first third of it, and then I'm starting on the and doing the book in the physical book. And this is a first edition. It's not in the greatest shape, but it was published in 1953. Is that right? No, 51.
okay.
Yeah, Elvis knows all about this stuff.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Simac. So yeah. I think City's his favorite book. It's so funny. He's standing there watching it. It's weird.
Yeah. Can you see me, Elvis? Elvis.
Elvis, what are you doing?
No, he can't hear me, I guess. Farrah's here. Hello, Farrah.
He does. Hey, Farrah. He does hear definitely your voice because he knows when I'm engaged in something. Yeah, that's why he's here.
Aaron is here.
Hello, Aaron.
And Helen says, sadly, no relation to John Clare. Clare being my middle name, not my surname.
There you go. Yeah, maybe she's something like Helen Claire Steinbeck, and we can be like, oh, any relation to?
Yeah. Elvis is adorable. I have Stanley, a very naughty Jack Russell. Well, there was somebody that had a landlord whose daughter was married to Clemens.
Oh yeah,
and it happened to be the Clemens who worked for ITV and was the producer and writer of things like Avengers and those things. Who was actually the great grandson or the grandson of Samuel Clemens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to say who that is. I'm pretty sure most people watching it know.
Well, if you don't, look it up. We'll just leave it at that. It'll be a mystery for you.
His middle name, was it Longhorn? No.
Yeah.
Samuel Longhorn.
Summer's here.
Hey, Summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Helen Claire Proust.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Farrah's saying hello to Summer.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
are you any relation to Mr. Steadfast?
I don't know who that is, but
No? Oh, okay. Oh dear, cracks me up every time. You handle it very well, though. You know, I was in fit of hysterics, but you were keeping quite a straight face, I thought, which was pretty good. So,
I don't understand it. Like it's been my whole life. Even my grandfather, because like he was born in like 1902 or 3 or something like that, I think. And I think all the way through, and even his parents probably where it started. Like his thing was, when people don't know how to pronounce it or how to spell it, and it's like it's the opposite of sit slow.
yeah, it's not exactly challenging.
Uh,
So, what, Sean Steadfast Twain?
Yeah, Summer spoiled it.
Well, yeah, maybe.
She's
I really want to
spoiled.
read the new biography about him, though.
Oh, is there a new bio? I didn't know there was.
Yeah, that Ron Chernow or Chernoff.
That name sounds familiar, but
He did he did several big biographies on like George Washington, Alexander. Is it Alexander? Alexander Hamilton. You know, the
okay.
not Alexander the Great. Yeah. So
I want to get the rest. I only have when it came out. I bought it and I flipped through it and read pieces using the index. Was his Twain's autobiography when they did it. I only have volume 1 though. So that looks really interesting. I'd like to get the other 2 volumes and actually read them through.
I've ordered Into the Ice, so that should come hopefully next week. I know it's not your cup of tea, but
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like when somebody does that kind of stuff, I guess it's because so many people try to do it. That's the thing, and some only do it well. And I'm not really interested too much in their journey, I suppose, other than if they decide to go on a journey. It's sort of like if they do something like 3 Men in a Boat, where they're traveling somewhere and then throw in other people's travels, other people's, or historical references to the places they're at. That's fine. But specifically following in the steps of somebody else, I don't really care about reading somebody that so much.
I don't know. I think sometimes it can really help to understand the story if you actually go to the place and.
Oh, it does. It does. But I'm not interested in reading somebody else's. I want my own. And then I'll write my own for somebody else to read.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for. I don't see any difference to reading that necessarily than reading Frozen in Time. Yeah. So, because obviously
that's an archaeological excavation.
It is, but they're still just going up there, and he's telling the story of the of the expedition. So,
possibly.
We'll see. If I like it, then maybe you'll like my recommendation or not. So
I'm reading P.G. Wodehouse short stories and The Uncommon Reader by Alan Bennett. Obviously in a good mood.
Yeah, I wonder what Farah and Summer and Gavin and Erin are reading. If they're going to let us know as well. I'm curious.
Yeah, my reading, like I had plans of rereading Les Miserables again this month, but that has not transpired because I'm not reading a whole lot. I've also got to get. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the channel, but the owner of the house here has decided to sell, and the rental to evaluate the property, but I don't know if I won't know if it means anything for me until it happens. But I just have to, tidy up a little bit as much as possible. So
I mean, how bad luck would that be, though, eh? If you have to move again, I think you'll just have to barricade yourself in.
Yeah,
become a squatter. So
yeah, I just don't want that to happen because they're going to rent it as tenant, and the thing is,
oh, they are. That's confirmed.
yeah, it's what she
Oh, okay.
said. She said they're renting it with a sitting tenant.
Oh, okay.
And that can only help, I think, the person who's buying it because, from what I can tell, is it depends on how much money you put down, but it's like they're getting like a lot more in rent than the mortgages.
Well, I doubt if they're taking. They might not even be taking a mortgage, or at least a big mortgage.
Yeah, if somebody does this, yeah, it's because the house is so cheap. It's like it is cheap. So
yeah, I just hope, of course, they're not put off by the mountains of books, though, eh? But I guess there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it's slowly things are happening with it, but it is slow. Farah saying still need to read Woodhouse. I've heard good things about him. Oh, she did say it's Wodehouse.
Yeah, she's corrected herself.
Yeah, Wodehouse. Finish. Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not finished the 1001 Nights reading for April. I'm not there yet, and also the Simac. Oh, he's finished the Simac, and an issue of Spicy Adventure Stories.
Now, is Spicy Adventure Stories what I think it is, or
it is? Yeah, exactly. It's
really,
yeah. They're
raunchy adventure stories.
Yeah. Well, for the 1930s and 40s.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's like, steady on, Helen. You're showing too much ankle, by Jove. The natives will get restless and excited.
10 pages left to finish The Seekers and listening to Cher's memoir, part 1.
And who narrates that, Summer? Is that Cher narrating it? That'd be kind of cool.
I strongly recommend P.G. Woodhouse. Very British humor, never fails to cheer me up. I would agree with that fully.
I prefer PG-13 Woodhouse.
He never. Well, he does get stuff that would be censored today. That's for sure. He definitely. Yes. I just saw a little little short about if Blazing Saddles was edited for a 2025 audience. It starts at the beginning. Blazing Saddles, the car driving through the desert, and then all of a sudden the end credits come up immediately. Means everything after that, in between that, is not kosher for 2025.
It was my one negative about the whole Wide Sea book was like, you have to get through these pages of what's the word? Excuses or apologies and all this kind of stuff, and qualifying how he's going to write about Cook and that he appreciates all Cook. And to be honest, half the thing to me is like, it's obvious, it's obvious colonialism is bad, right? Now you don't have to write 15 pages on it before you get into the story and explaining terminology.
Yeah, but if you don't say that, if you don't be offended for all that stuff, and then people will say that you are that, and it's like, come on, wake up,
But it kind of made me laugh because he does all this and he goes terminology, and then throughout the entire book he refers to the indigenous people as natives, which I would have thought was problematic too. I don't know, but hey ho. So
Summer says here, Cher goes back and forth with another woman who sounds just like her. Oh, that's a bit odd.
Yeah, very weird. I think it's just maybe coincidental.
Farrah saying, I'm listening to Dragonfly in Amber as a reread. Oh, Outlander 2 on audio and reading Let the Great Wind or World Spin by Callum McCann. Both are great. Yeah, sorry, I've just never heard of either, or the authors. So I was saying showing a bit more than ankle. There's also Robert E. Howard in it under pseudonym.
What, Howard E. Roberts?
P.G. Woodhouse manages to come up with some great names for his characters. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
Farah, I love that series. The second book is my least favorite in the whole series. You just have to get through that one.
Well, I think Farah's read it, Summer, because she said it's a reread. Unless I misread it. She said in Amber as a reread, yeah. So she's already read that one.
Halfway through Bernard Cornwall's Lost Kingdom, or Last Kingdom currently. Is that the Anglo-Saxon series?
Yeah, yeah.
And summarize, how far did you get in the series, Farah? I didn't realize that you would reread. So yeah, I've never read any of that. I know there's a TV series, Outland, if that's the same one. No idea what it's about. It looks sort of medieval-ish or something. I don't know.
Well, Outlander.
Yeah.
I started the series on Netflix or whatever it was. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it's about because this woman has just a weird. She has like a weird expletive or something. It's like, holy cow, Eisenhower or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like what I can't remember what it was. I'm sure Farah or Summer will remember what it is, but that annoyed me. So that made it go out. But I think she's a nurse in World War II, and she visits some ruins with her husband on their honeymoon, and then she finds herself back in the Jacobite times, before Culloden. So.
Okay. I had no idea that's what it was about.
Yeah, it's a time slip, time travel.
Thanks.
What is it? Let me know. What is it she says? Holy moly. Or holy cow, Eisenhower? No. I don't know.
Actually, it'd be if you want to call him by a short name, P.G. Woodhouse is Plum. I'm sure I've read, because I've read several biographies of him. I'm sure I've read where that or how that happened, but I don't remember. Ferris this summer, I've read through the fourth book. I agree. I love this series and really wanted to get back into it. I'm afraid to read them all because I don't want them to end. Fourth book. So how many are there? Wow.
No idea. Quite a few, I guess.
At least 4, I guess.
It's like I still haven't read the last Shardlake book because it is the last one, and it's like, kind of sad if I read it. So I'll have to read it. I want to read it at some point, of course, but yeah.
Well, then what you have to do is leave it for another year or two and then reread them all. And then up to that. That's one way to savor it.
Oh, it's really doing my head in. Come on, girls. You're supposedly fans of this book. What is it in the book, or is it only in the series? It's like, something. George Washington? No. Holy shit, George Washington. What the hell is it? It's like an American president or something, right? She uses as like an expletive, and it's so.
Mark, she says, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, what the hell is that? This is weird.
It's the proper is Jesus H. Christ. So.
Yeah, I don't know. And it just kind of annoyed me a little bit. Oh, yeah, sure, Summer. Yeah, maybe back in the, back in the 40s.
A common phrase? Is it? I've never come across that, to be honest.
No, it's not common.
It is new.
Now, sure.
You'll have Aaron says you'll have a good time with Wodehouse. That's how I'm going to pronounce him from now on. Wodehouse. I am sure Bookstalgic, though, have only read a few Jeeves and Wooster so far, and they are fun.
I mean, she says it's an expression from World War II, but, come on.
World War II? And she's in World War I.
No, she's in World War II.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I cannot imagine any English people using it. So
Maybe just in my family.
yeah, but somehow, when does that go back to? Does that predate your reading of Outlander, or is it something you snuck in there after reading the books?
Well, it is weird because I was watching something. Oh, actually, it was a clip from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and there was there was a question that came up, and it was a common saying that 90% of the people of a certain age would know, but the guy didn't know it because he says what he knows is this, and it was a different saying. And apparently, some part in the U.S., just a small area, used the different sayings. So there are sayings like that that are very regional, that are almost the same as everybody else says, but different.
Yeah, but you see, the thing for me is, even when even if they say it in Summer's Family, fine, but the character's English, she's not American, so that to me is a weird thing.
Go back here. Someone says maybe just in my family. I may have done that one already. Helen,
Elvis, what are you doing?
I have that with series. I don't want them to end. The last book from an author who is no longer with us. It just sounds so familiar.
What, familiar with Jesus?
Is Shard Lake a good series, Mark? They are chunkers.
They are chunkers. They're great. The first one is maybe, to me, the first one's the weakest one, maybe. But I guess a lot of first in series can be like that. But I really like the series. He's an amazing writer. I mean, the way he takes you into the Tudor world, it's fantastic, really. But they are big, but they don't feel big. So,
how was The Last Kingdom, Aaron?
yeah, I've been wanting to read that too.
Where am I here? It's hard to keep track here with this new way. The author of Outlander is American, so maybe that's why she gives her that phrase.
Yeah, I know. But the character's English, and
that's what I notice.
And she's what do you call it? I'm assuming her research for everything else is pretty good. So maybe English people did say it. I have no idea. It just seems such a weird phrase to me, especially for
or if it was something around Second World War with the Americans here, maybe it was something they just sort of
that's true.
People picked up on and
then from the Americans,
and then disappeared immediately.
Yeah.
Very good so far. Binged the first half last night and itching to get back to it. Has been a busy day. That's the Kingdom one, I'm assuming. For the Jesus H. Roosevelt comment, I mean.
Hang on a second. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to deal with Elvis because I think he's eating a toy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The sayings are a bit strange because, as I say, there was that one that apparently people say only in. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that was said only in a very small area within the U.S. that they found like somebody else made a comment about. Well, everybody else knows it as the normal thing, or what everybody else thinks is normal, but they don't. Helen says here, I'm English, and I wouldn't use that phrase, but I wasn't around during the war. Yeah. Don't mention the war. Don't mention the war.
I might have mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it.
Yeah. Now that only the English people will probably get that, or Canadians, if there's any Canadians watching. Let's see if anybody gets it, and you're not included, Helen.
I don't know. Farah might get it. She likes English comedies, although it's quite an old one. So what's we're almost in May. Are you doing anything in May?
Just I haven't got anything else planned other than just the normal, like my club stuff, like the group stuff. But I am reading, or hopefully, Life of Johnson. I'm gonna
Life of Brian then.
No, Life of Johnson. So I'm gonna pull out my Johnson for May.
Okay, nice. And is that a buddy read or a group read? Or?
Yeah, with Faith at Faith and Books.
Yeah.
Don't mention the war. I'll say it all the time, and some don't get it. Yeah. Aaron says has been since he's got it. But Aaron, are you? What's going on here?
Well, thanks for that, Sean. Could do with that. I could level up, get £10 off.
What? Did that show up again? Oh, bloody hell! See, this is like they do this purposely because you're going to hit stuff accidentally, and it's like, bloody hell. Because there's only that much space. Once something's on the screen, there's literally that much space for the next comment that you can see, and it's usually hidden behind this huge button for this share your referral link.
Yeah.
Sean, I haven't picked up Zola or Children of Time. Yeah, I haven't picked up. I started Children of Time. I did not like it. It's just I don't know. It just didn't work. Like the writing or something. I'm reading and I gave myself 50 pages and I just couldn't get into it. I know it's not enough of a 600-page book, but it just, I don't know. There was just something about it that just turned me off. And it wasn't what was happening. I think it was the way it was written. But people wet themselves about it. They go crazy about it.
Well, I was thinking of possibly reading this next month for my Patreon book club, because I know, maybe some people want to do Horror Mayhem. Others might want to continue with Spring into Adventure. So I thought it could be a good thing. I read the first chapter and it seems like it's pretty good.
Well, you have to buy me a copy and I'll join you.
You haven't got one?
I don't have one, no.
Oh, I thought you had one.
No, because you mentioned it, and I said I have to buy one, and I was looking at a nice hardcover, actually, a signed hardcover that was on eBay, and it was only like 12 or 15 pounds.
Well, as much as I love you, Sean, I'm not going to buy you a nice signed hardcover when I
but that was well, considering that the paperback was only £1 or £2 cheaper, it was worth it.
It's weird though. It seems like, I don't know, like print on demand or something, but it's like really white pages. I'm not used to it. I've got mostly cream colored pages, but like it's super, super white. But yeah.
Faulty Towers, my all-time favorite, rewatched more than any other series. Laugh every single time.
You're probably not allowed to watch it these days anyway.
In the U.S., they usually showed it in the U.S. through PBS when they were doing their pledging, when they had like getting people to donate money for the station, and it was a bit difficult to watch because they play like 10 minutes of it and then they go into the pledging thing for like 20 minutes or half an hour or sometimes.
But she's American, isn't she? Anyway.
Who?
Connie Booth.
No, I don't think so.
Isn't she? I always thought.
I didn't think so.
I always thought she was American.
She got a British
Yeah,
accent.
Indianapolis, Indiana, United States.
But how long was she there? Like, because she's got an English accent, and I'm sure she does.
Well, she has an English accent in Fawlty
Okay.
Towers, but because she was married to John Cleese at the time. But
There you go. Summer's got the answer for you.
what? Yeah, could be.
Actually, it should be yellowish.
Well, after Elvis has been there, that's for sure.
Yes, Connie Booth was American. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I knew she was married to John Cleese, but yeah, I didn't realize that she was an American.
Yeah, she still lives in London, though. So, but she's married to an American theatre critic, or she was anyway. I think he's probably passed away. Oh, no, he's still alive.
For British comedies, I always loved Keeping Up Appearances or The Vicar Dibley. They make me laugh every time. I'd have to try Fawlty Towers. See, the problem with Keeping Up Appearances was you watch one episode, you've seen them all. Like that's to me, but they do seem to be popular with Americans, and that proves it. And Victor Dibley too it had some good. Yeah, I don't know. It just it was funny at times. Yeah, and I don't like her. I don't like her as a comedian.
You don't like Dawn French?
No.
No, yes.
Yeah. See, those were the good part.
I like Father Ted, of course. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. See, Vicar Dibley and Keeping Up Appearances, like, to me, I would say are less English comedy, less British, or less English than other things. But that's me, maybe. I don't know.
It's Father Ted. It's great because they're all on YouTube, aren't they? Or at least abroad, they're all on YouTube. So you can watch them.
Father Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched. They were on, or they are on. Was it More 5 or More or something like that, or one of those streaming things? So I watched through the whole thing there. Thank girls, arse.
I hear you're a racist now, Father.
Yeah. Yeah, because like there's a little black square on the window, and he's going. That's the thing. He's Hitler. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Would you like a tea, Father? You will. Go on. Brilliant.
I think you're right. For me, it's such different humor from what I grew up with.
I quite like some American comedies. I really like Seinfeld. I thought that was funny, but Curb Your Enthusiasm is great. So
yeah, I
didn't like Friends.
No, I didn't like Friends. I did not like Seinfeld. I liked. I think WKRP in Cincinnati was a really good series. There was some good comedy in there, especially the Thanksgiving episode. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yeah, I don't. I can't bring myself to watch The American Office.
No, I can't even do the British one because
you've not seen the British one. Oh, it is good.
Oh, I can't stand. It's Ricky Gervais.
You don't like Ricky Gervais?
No. Oh my God, he just really. He's like, horrible.
Oh wow, horrible. Okay.
It just does not work for me. But yeah, there has been some really good American comedies. I always liked MASH. That was something I always watched. It went on so long, so there's some good episodes and there's some duds and repeats.
Soap was quite funny.
That was good. Yeah, Soap was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And they did one. I think it was a short thing though. I seem to remember, but I remember being very funny. I think it was called Fresno, and it was also like a parody soap. It may well have been It may well have been like I don't know if it was like a sequel or something, but yeah, it was pretty good.
No, I loved it. I can't
It
remember
was
the
a Dallas parody. They were raisin farmers in Fresno instead of oil barons. Yeah, but it was. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It was quite funny.
Oh, I loved on Soap where the one guy was invisible for so long as well, or he thought he was. Uh, I've been watching Castle and Father Brown.
Castle's all right. I couldn't get into Father Brown. It's a bit too. Well, I'm not going to say, but let's just say it's very modern.
Yeah, I liked it. I watched the first couple of seasons of it. And Castle is the one with the Canadian actor from
Nathan Phil.
Yeah. Well, I watched it because it's like he comes out in his costume from the science fiction show Firefly, and then he's going, "Oh no, Dad, you're doing Space Cowboy again." And I thought that was really good. Like I like the way they sort of brought them two together.
Yeah. No, I mean there are some good ones out there, of course, but
I didn't realize that was classed as a comedy all the way through. I thought it was just a sort of mystery crime show.
Like a light-hearted crime show, though, isn't it? Really, one of these.
Well, then I guess. Oh, geez, what's the name of it now? Pierce Brosnan was in
Remington Steele.
Yeah. I guess that would be classed.
That was good.
Yeah,
I like that. Had a great theme tune too.
But I loved the thing too was that he just rattled off. Oh, that's like Republic Pictures in 1952. He just rattles off the whole thing of classic films, and he has these classic film posters in his apartment as well.
Yeah,
that was.
They used to do some good. They used to do some good mini series, didn't they, in the late 70s and 80s? Like proper, instead of going on for ages and season after season and stuff, they used to do some really good, 5 1-hour episodes. Shaka Zulu, of course, was one of them, and that was really good.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that. I have not watched that.
Oh, you should watch it. It is very. I mean, it's probably a bit dated, but I think it's all on YouTube.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't know why I haven't watched it, but I remember Centennial. I remember really loving Centennial. Shogun.
Shogun, yeah. It's funny because on one of the providers here, the original Shogun is on one of them, and then you got the new one, and the new one actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Disney Plus did one, but they did it more as a Japanese production, so it's mostly in Japanese. It's very, very good. It's different, a little, it is, but it's good. I thought it was great actually, but I still like the older one. But I remember also Noble House was good. They did a good mini series of Noble House. And there were just some actors that were always in miniseries.
Well, the Shogun, Richard Chamberlain,
Richard Chamberlain was in every miniseries going, I think. Like Thornbirds as well, wasn't he? And all sorts. And he just died recently, didn't he? So,
yeah. Well, they I don't think they would make Thornbirds today.
No.
that would be probably a little suspect. Helen's
you watched the Old Roots recently.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. When does Spring into Adventure end? The end of May.
End of May. Oh, 39 Steps. What a good choice. Should try Mr. Steadfast. But there's another one I was trying to think of. Oh gosh, what was it? I don't know. There's just so many great miniseries of the 80s. But who was that guy? He was always in them as well. I think he was actually I think he was originally maybe some kind of foreigner, like maybe European, but he changed his name, and he was in the miniseries Cain and Abel by Jeffrey Archer.
I didn't see that one.
He was in all sorts of series as well. What was his name?
Summer Likes Thornbirds.
Yeah, I keep meaning to read Thornbirds though. It's any good?
I haven't read it.
Cain and Abel miniseries. I'm surprised Aaron hasn't popped up here. Peter Strauss.
The actor or the
Peter Strauss, the actor. Yeah, so he's American. He's not. He's not
Strauss.
foreigner. Yeah.
Peter Strauss. The name's
Peter
familiar, but I
Strauss.
can't place. I can't.
You
Can't
would
place
if you saw him. Yeah.
Yeah, there were lots at the time. I wish they would have actually done, because they did, Centennial. I wish they would have actually done Covenant. That would have been South Africa. South Africa. That would have been a good one. To
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. No, I mean they were good. You don't get that anymore. They don't get these like nice mini-series adaptations, epic
Well,
books.
the cable companies or the streaming ones are doing things, so they're doing some stuff that are similar, I suppose, but they're not like that.
Well, the problem with this, for example, Shogun, right? It was a huge success. The new version, yeah, it got absolutely feted and awards everywhere. And of course, because it's all about this, they've written a sequel that is not based on James Clavell's book. I mean, I can understand they can do it, of course, like because of the history, obviously exists for them to do that. But I don't know. It's a bit of a shame. I would rather, but of course, then because it's mostly produced by Japanese or Japanese Americans and among others, then it would the main actor, the main Japanese actor, is also one of the producers. He wouldn't be in it probably because they would be doing what's it called, the second book in the series, Taipan. So, which would be great. It would be really great if someone went through and made mini-series of all James Clavell's stuff.
Well, didn't they do what the hell's his name? The Venetian guy with his family that walked to China and back.
Marco Polo.
Yeah, didn't they do Marco Polo?
Netflix did a Marco Polo. Yeah.
No. That this is older. I'm sure there was something.
I don't know.
I'm sure there was something.
I don't know. But you see, we keep talking every year about doing a Michener or something. But maybe we just need to do the old, epic. What was the name of them? These kind of things. Not just Michener, but we could do all of the. You just have something for all of them. Try and bring some of them back into.
What, just Michener? Or?
No, I think all of them. Who's the guy who did all the airport and hotel?
Haley.
Yeah. All these. They were great. All these massive books.
Yeah, well, you could do the what's the Kent family? Is it?
The Kent Family Chronicles by John Jakes. Is it John Jakes?
John Jakes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then because they also, I think, North and South too was him, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, was it? Yeah, might have been. Yeah,
not North and South Gaskill. I mean, but
yeah,
the other one. Yeah. No, I don't know. We were lucky, I suppose, really, to have all these things.
Well, I watched like Centennial when it was aired, like in the 70s, but I haven't seen it since then. And I want to reread the book, and then I want to watch the series. But yeah, I'd love to do the Michener one because I haven't read a lot of the stuff. Like I've read Centennial, I've read The Source, I've read Covenant. Like those I really like, but I haven't read other ones. Like I haven't read the Texas one, I haven't read Alaska, I haven't read Hawaii, I haven't read Chesapeake, I haven't read Poland. There's all sorts of those.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to read and those kind of things. But there was something I was going to say. I can't for the life of me remember again. I was watching yesterday. I started watching Conclave, based off Robert Harris's book Conclave. I think it won a few Oscars. I think this year it was Ray Fiennes and what's his name, John Lithgow, and they're doing the conclave of the Pope. Yeah, so the Pope's died. I mean, it's good.
yes.
It's on Amazon.
Can you keep going, because I have to make a little jaunt down the hall.
Oh, okay.
For a couple minutes. So
Sure.
Get rid of my camera.
Okie dokie. Make sure you take your microphone off if you're going where I think you're going. So yeah, I started Conclave yesterday. Seems very good. I was very impressed by Ray Fiennes' Italian. I mean, not being, of course, an Italian speaker myself, it did sound very authentic, though. And then I started watching today The Bounty with Anthony Hopkins and Mel Gibson and many other faces, including young Liam Neeson and Daniel Day-Lewis, actually, which is supposed to be a kind of more revisionist, but maybe in some ways more accurate story of the bounty, they were saying when I was reading it. So, yeah. I can't bring up the comments because I don't have access, but I can see Summer has said that she's finishing the third of the Kent Family Chronicles. So that's The Seekers, is it? And then Summer also says, I own 6 or 7 Michener's books, but haven't read any. Yeah, I think it's probably those that people inherit and kind of just get passed down from the 80s. Everybody had them, along with the Thornbirds and, you know, who else? I guess people like Sidney Sheldon and Daniel Steele and Barbara Taylor Bradford. Yeah, so gosh, yeah, I don't know what to talk about now. I've been what's the word, tricked into doing a solo live. Somebody help me out, ask a question. Let's talk about Sean while he's not here. Summer says I went to a library book sale yesterday. Okay, nice. And then Farah rather unkindly asks Summer a question instead of me to try and help me out with this. How are the Kent Family books, Summer? I've heard they're really good. Well, even though you didn't ask me, Farah, I've no idea. I've not read them, but I did read the North and South trilogy, and I enjoyed that. So, yeah. No, maybe I didn't read all 3 books. I think I only read the first 2. Yes, I have. I have read Miyamoto Musashi. I have read Taiko, and I've read Heike as well. So, yeah. What's his name, though? Oh my goodness. What's the author's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Eiji Yoshikawa. Yoshikawa Eiji. Yeah. But Joseph, I lived in Japan for almost 5 years, so I got really into all that kind of stuff and read as much as I could of anything to do with Japanese history. So I watched The Penguin recently, starring Colin Farrell. It was pretty good. I think it went on for too long. Yeah, I've wondered about that. Oh, hang on. I can add comments. Oh, that's weird. I'm just so used to hosting. I clicked it and it let me do it. Mark, how old is Elvis? Elvis is going to be 8 in June. His birthday's on D-Day, so 6th of June. And Farah says, how's the weather there, Mark? Any spring things going on in the village? Well, if you can see, it's grey, it's rainy, it's green at least. There's lots of grass and leaves coming through. So, yeah. Excuse me. There we go. So, I don't know what you're laughing at. Maybe my terrible Japanese pronunciation. Arigato. Welcome back, Sean.
I need to catch my
You can
breath.
catch your breath, okay? So I'll carry on. So yeah, anything in the village? Oh, the comments. Anything in the village, Farah? I don't know. There was spring cleaning done on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday. It was the village spring cleaning session. And then last Monday was the whipping of the women, whipping the girls, which is
You
the
may need to explain that.
big Easter tradition here in the Czech Republic. Aaron's here. Good evening. I can control the comments.
Well, I haven't taken you off as a co-host, I
So
think.
maybe it's easier for you that I do it because you don't have to fanny
Yeah,
about.
go
with
ahead.
the
Yeah, because it
thing.
fiddles with stuff.
Although I'm not going to be here much longer. I meant in the live, not life. Well, hopefully, I don't know. What was I saying? So yeah, whipping the women was last Monday. Didn't do it this year. I couldn't deal with the amount of alcohol involved. One of my colleagues, it was pretty rough on Tuesday morning, I have to say. I don't know. That's it, really.
Speaking of,
Mark, you'll have to let us know about Abominable. Hyperion was all right.
all right.
All right. But I love the Terror. Is Abominable your second Simmons read? No, it's my third Simmons read after The Fifth Heart, which is Sherlock Holmes pastiche by Dan Simmons. And I want to say something else actually, but I don't know. I'm actually thinking I wouldn't mind reading his vampire one. That looks quite good. Is it Children of the Night or something?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading more. And I'd like to read The Abominable, but I don't have a copy. But speaking of spring cleaning, that reminded me because I've started watching a show of a woman who's in New Jersey. Not a show, a YouTube channel. It's not books. I don't know if she'd really know too much about books. Well, she doesn't. But she buys abandoned storage units and also goes around where people are doing spring cleaning and trash picks off the street on garbage night or garbage morning. And it's amazing the stuff that she gets, like, because she's just doing stuff about spring cleaning, like the stuff that people throw out. She's found like gold chains, gold rings that people are throwing out in the garbage.
Thrown out.
Threw out
in the garbage. I mean, I don't know if I should be a little bit insulted though, because when you left, what were we on? Like 17 people?
Yeah.
We dropped down to 12 when I was left to man the fort on my own. So obviously a big contingent of Sean fans.
Had to. I really had to. Let's just put it that way.
It was already TMI. So Gavin says, I read Song of Kali from Simmons last year. Nice bit of squirrel horror. Yeah,
we've been circling and to read or for me to reread Hyperion, and I'm not sure when that's coming up, Gavin and I, because I said I'd reread it with him, but he's been keep putting it off because I haven't been able to do it.
Well, I am tempted to do Druid later this year. I'm thinking maybe towards the end of the year, but I actually need to read, I think, The Mystery of Edwin Drood first.
It's not that big. I thought it was bigger than it is. I'm just looking here because I've got this.
I think it's about the same size as Abominable.
No, it's less than that. It's not even 300 pages, I don't think.
What do you mean? Sorry.
What?
What do you mean? The Dan Simmons one or the...
No, Dickens.
Yeah. No, the Dickens one isn't big.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's not that, like to read it, it's not like, you don't have to read a 600 or 800 page book.
No, I don't, Aaron. I obviously underestimated him. So, yeah, I underestimated his sex appeal and the pull he has over this largely female audience.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like I think most, 95%, according to the statistics on YouTube, is 95% male audience.
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine's actually, I think, 75% female.
So, but if that's the case, then I interact with all my female subscribers. That's almost all I interact with are the female subscribers. So it's like, yeah, well, it might be 95% male, but I only interact with a couple of those, in comparison.
Yeah. I can't tell you how it's frustrating me in terms of like, although my video making has been patchy, not sketchy. It's not that kind of videos. Patchy, sketchy. No, what is the right word? You see, I've lived for too long. I don't speak English. Patchy. And I seem to be kind of hovering around the same number of subscribers for ages, like really ages. And I'm not that far behind you, Sean. I'm looking forward to the day where I can be like one subscriber more than you. I can be like, yes.
Yeah, because I keep going up a little bit and then down, and it's like it's hard to break out. Like I'm slowly going up, but it's like I'm going to be 90 before I hit probably 3,000. And like right now, like Helen was, she's probably the newest subscriber that I've got.
We females like to chat. Actually, it's occurred to me there's no Jenny today, is there? She must actually be busy. And Sterling, Summer, Drood 773 pages, and Edwin Drood by Dickens 218 pages. So yeah,
Edwin Drood was a lot shorter than I thought it was. I thought it was bigger for some reason. I don't know. It's one that I haven't read, so
I guess it's kind of a blessing that he didn't finish it after 200 pages, as opposed to didn't finish it after 800 pages or something.
You just get to the point. It's like,
and the mystery or the killer is.
Oh, there was something else that I wanted to mention that I thought was kind of funny. Seeing a lot of little shorts recently. I guess I don't know if I can't remember whether it's Iceland or I think it's Aldi here in the UK that have implemented a policy that they're checking people's bags all the time, and it's causing a lot of and going through their stuff right at the cash and stuff like this, like security and that for whatever reason. And I thought I got to go to an Aldi, have a nice big bag, and have a whole bunch of sex toys in it, and have them. Yeah, you want to look? Go ahead.
Jenny's probably busy buying more sex toy ebooks.
She actually bought some physical books, I think, recently.
Okay. Yeah, amazing. I was actually thinking today, over breakfast, I was looking around because I think money is on a lot of people's minds these days, of course. And I was looking around and I was looking at my books and I thought, I wonder if I just did get rid of all of them. I mean, I wouldn't make a huge amount of money, of course, but the secondhand people do buy them at least. So I was thinking, yeah, imagine I just called up the secondhand people and said, take them all away, give me some money, and just read ebooks for the rest of my life. And then I was like, no. So.
Well, see, this is the thing. Like before I moved, I couldn't find any place that would come to look at the stuff to sell. They wanted me to bring them there, and it's like I can't. First of all, I have to box them up, then get somebody to take them, and rent a vehicle to get there, and then they've got a captive audience, and they'll say, "Well, we don't really need them, but we'll take them off your hands. We'll help you out. They'll give you £10 for them or something."
Oh, hang on, sorry. Sean, they've probably seen things we can't even imagine. I'm not sure.
The bag full of sex toys.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure Aldi are stocking those kind of items, Sean. Helen, Aldi searching bags. They are the only shop I go to that throw my shopping through before I can even reach for my purse. Yeah, that is insane how fast they are on these checkouts though in some of these supermarkets here as well. It's terrible. And they don't even give you much room. There's no room to pack anything anymore. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I miss the old days when, like when in Bermuda, I guess it was like in America and probably in Canada, where someone bagged it up for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Took it out and carried it even out to the car,
Yeah, I remember that, and it would be paper bags.
Paper bag, the brown paper. So when you think about it, it was actually more eco-friendly in those days.
Yeah,
probably having those double bagged brown paper bags. Yeah.
Well, I love it. Like I get Tesco, or I can get anything sort of delivered here now. But Tesco's, they all pretty well use these baskets. Like they're like a tray, a basket, and they put stuff in. And I love it when you order eggs and say order some Pepsi or something like that. Big bottles of
Put the Pepsi
drink.
on top of the eggs.
Exactly. It's like they put them in the thing, and it's like the guy brings it in there, and I'm going, really?
Yeah, there's no common sense, is there? No common sense at all. I guess somebody's been uttering, I try to use a cashier. You see, I prefer now not to. I prefer to use the self-checkouts because I then do it at my own pace. I'm not rushed into it.
Yeah.
But someone has summoned an unholy spirit.
Well, I did mention sex toys, so.
Well, there you go. Why not just have your surly houseboy do your shopping to avoid the irritation? Well, there we go. Yeah. So
That's why here, like, I mean, literally, anything you can get delivered. I mean, like anything you can get delivered to your door. Like, it's
You're not back on the sex toys again, are you, Sean?
Well, you could do that too, I'm sure.
Amazon. Imagine someone steals them from your front doorstep again. Well, that bloke at number 52. My goodness, you wouldn't believe what I nicked off him the other day. So.
Well, yeah, they probably were really disappointed at my recycle bags.
Yes. No, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's just it's good. Well, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, you can get groceries, and there's other areas like, like I don't have to, like, I pay a little more, but if I just wanted I don't know, a loaf of bread, some eggs, and some butter or something like that, I could order that, but it'll cost me a little extra money. But I can have that delivered like within a half an hour to my door, between sort of 9 and 9, probably between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
And have you haven't read this, though, have you, Anna Karenina?
No.
I read any Tolstoy.
No. I've read some short stories, I think, but
have you got this?
I do, yeah.
I don't know. I think you might actually like it.
Well, like I say, it's just with having only a few hours a day of my brain being free enough to read, because like today I've really only sort of woken up in the last an hour or so. Like I was dozing most of the day, so I'll now hopefully after this have a few hours of reading. Fingers crossed.
No, I'm quite enjoying it, but it's I think it'd actually be quite a easy-ish one for you to read in that condition, because it seems to be very short chapters. So it's kind of nice that you can really break it up, is what I was going to say. But of course it does possibly start in a similar vein, a little less extravagant and rich maybe as the start of War and Peace, but still they're aristocratic family. But I guess Tolstoy's writing what he knows, so
yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, people love this Children of Time, and it's like you can't compare that to, it's Tchaikovsky, but you can't compare it to Tolstoy. But
he's not a relation to the composer, is he?
I don't know. I don't know. But it's just there's certain things that you pick up. It's like when after I tried to read that, and then I read, as I say, I read this little volume here, the 2 novellas, and I was like, okay, I was a bit of a slog. And then I picked up this, well, at least the ebook, and after like 3 pages, I just went, it's like floating on a cloud. It just
even as ebook.
yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
and then picking this up because it's fabulous. I just love the way it's written. It's like here in a thicket down the hill, a thrush struck up its even song, and the liquid notes ran like a quietening hand across a drowsing world. Along the creek, a frog or two were trying out their throats. Far away in some dim other world, the whippoorwill began his chugging questions. Across the meadow, up the climbing hills, the lights came on in houses here and there.
Oh, now waiting for Steve to tear it apart.
That's science fiction.
Yeah. Aaron, I was once told that Aldi give the cashiers bonuses if they're able to do a large number, put a large number of people through the checkout quickly. Gavin's gone. See you later, Gavin. Have a nice evening. I'm actually going soon myself, to be honest. And Helen says, better than the sex toy delivery, going to the neighbors and they open it by mistake. And Aaron, that would explain a lot. I find it very stressful in there. Yeah, it can be very stressful indeed. I do it though because I go shopping obviously here in the Czech Republic, and I go shopping in Poland too. And it's kind of fun to have to deal with that and then deal with the self-service checkout in although actually I think the Polish one I can change it to English. I'm not sure about the Czech Republic. Maybe I can.
I've never been to an Aldi.
Aldi optimizes. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying they were never close enough to me. I'd have to take, like when I was in Bedford, I'd have to take 2 or 3 buses to get to it. And it's like, no.
Aldi optimizes space and wants the shopper to bag up their items away from the checkout. Hence, they're as quick as they can be. Yeah. Well, Sean, I'm going to have to leave. I don't know if you're going to hang around for a bit and chat, or are you?
I'll probably go as well because it's an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's take it up to an hour and a quarter. So we've got 3 minutes left. So quickly get your questions in. You've got 3 minutes. Of course, I guess. Have you got your links down below?
Yes. Yeah.
So Sean has all his relevant links down below. If people are feeling generous. I was going to say generous after saving money in Aldi, they may want to give generously to Mr.
Yeah. I think like I'm beginning to see the end of this. I think the bureaucracy, like the ones taken, what is it? December, January, February, March. Basically, almost 5.5 months to get the one sorted, and I'm waiting for the confirmation that it'll be reinstated. But it doesn't help me for the moment for me. And the other one, who knows how long that's going to take. But as long as the one's reinstated, I'm okay. But I still need May to do something with. It's yeah.
See you, Summer. Bye, Farah. Have a nice weekend, everyone. It's always nice to see you all on these Fridays while I'm working. Yeah, I don't get to see anyone while I'm working because most of you guys are sleeping. So there we have it.
Yeah, well, it's like I left a message for Scott Danielson on Voxer, and then about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a message and he says he just got up and he's on his way to work. It's like,
yeah, no, it's funny the old time difference. I have a really dear friend who lives in Singapore. I guess it's like your friend Adam in Taiwan. And your friends in the US and different parts of the US, and it's just all over the place,
well,
who's doing what when.
He'll call sometimes, like he does through WhatsApp, and he'll call like at 4 o'clock his time or something, or 3 o'clock, and it's like it's not even the crack of dawn here, and
yeah, well, he must have been up really early though for your.
Well, he hadn't gone to bed, I don't think, because he was watching Formula One before that. He's a big Formula One fan, and he was watching that, and then but he didn't have to work until later in the afternoon, like he had evening classes. So
Oh yeah. Gosh, yeah, I remember that. I used to start work at 12 and finish at 9:30.
oh, I think he was starting at 4 that day.
Yeah. No, I don't miss it. Sometimes maybe. I miss the after work karaoke parties and stuff, but
well, the thing is, like, like I keep saying to my, like, I've got all this time to read because I'm not working, and I'm reading less than half the time reading less than I did when I was working full time, because I just don't have the energy to do it. And it was like the nurse that came today, she said her mother was just finally diagnosed with long COVID, and she says, yeah, for the last year and a half, like she just had no energy to do anything, and she just kept thinking that she was lazy. Her mother was being lazy, and it's like, well, no, it's not that. It's you just don't physically have any energy, or when you start doing something, you can just your energy just can disappear like that, and you collapse. COVID's the gift that keeps on giving.
All right. On that note, it's up to you, I'm afraid, to end it because I don't have the control over that.
Yeah, that's weird that you don't have that. But anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. And yeah, like I say, there's the links down at the end, or down at the in the description. What is it here? Helen, say bye everybody. So yeah, so we'll talk to you next time. Maybe next
Helen,
time.
I'm gonna check my subscriber count and see if it's gone up by 1 after this ends. I'm gonna hold you to your promise.
Yeah, but you probably lost 6 in the meantime.
That's true. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't host this one, so I may well have got away with it. So
yeah, I got to look at mine to see how many I lost. Bye, everybody.
Bye.